Was it really a gut punch when Uzi left the Generation Now?
He didn't ever leave.
He never left. He kind of just.
So he's still with you all now?
Yeah. So I don't explain what he did. He went and got management.
Okay.
With Roc Nation, but it was always put out there that he left.
Okay.
He was still signed. Yeah, he was still signed to us. He just had different management.
So as of to this day, he's still signed with Generation
Absolutely.
Now? Okay.
Oh yeah, you know, you can't just leave.
Yeah. So when they were into it, it was just, a lot of the internet was thriving. That's why you never seen us talk.
Word with me, yeah, you know BT. Stu so low, shout out OCT. No real cap, call out what we see. Whole game ready, baller blitz on 3. No, you can't stand on their own 2 feet. I already know you can't ball with me. Cause I it up with the squad and me. They get a letter, they calling me. BallerAlert. 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 BallerAlert.
BallerAlert, welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast, available everywhere you get your podcast. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
You know BT.
OCT, what it?
Oh man, a living legend in my eyes. Don Cannon in the building. We do snaps.
Oh, yeah.
Snap. What's up, sir?
Hey, no, what's up with you?
Looking very wealthy.
Thank you, brother. BallerAlert. You got to come to BallerAlert, right?
Yeah. And we did it right here at Main Street Studios. You can book a session, you know what I'm saying? One
That's
time
right.
Generation Now.
That's
yes,
right.
sir.
A lot of people don't know that Don Cannon is one of my people I call when I make a tough decision. He's one of the 5 people I call. Hey man, what you think? And he never sugarcoats it. He always kind of gives me sound advice. Always answers my calls.
That's right.
Always, either if he can't answer it, he'll text me right back.
That's right.
So I also wanted to say that on camera. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
And definitely want to salute you for everything. Now you're hosting the show with us. Is that okay?
That is fine.
Just in case you missed it.
Billboard announced that former Apple executive Larry Jackson is embarking on a new business venture, Gamma, that will allow major artists and brands to work in tandem with music, films, merchandise, fashion, and other areas. The first artists to join Gamma roster were Usher and Rick Ross. So you guys excited to see or hear this type of news?
Yeah,
I'm always excited about new ventures.
Especially people that's in the culture, you know what I'm saying, actually benefiting off the culture.
Yeah. I'm glad behind the scenes people are getting a chance too. Like Larry Jackson been behind the scenes with Apple for so long. You've seen him pop up on Khaled's timeline a couple times. You've seen him around Jay. You've seen him at some brunches. So just to have these like minds get out here and just get some real backing. Like for a long time, we didn't have a chance to get any backing from people. So to get these people, get these people out here and just being in front of the movement and pushing the culture feels really good, to me, because, that's a lot of us. We talk about it a lot. And I want to get to the point where we're all in that position, to make other positions.
I don't think a lot of people know you had a lot of executive roles in your career.
I did, and it's different from me.
DJ, mixtape DJ to.
Yeah, I mean, I took some roles because I did a bid with DJing and certain things, and I wanted to get in and really learn the business and get out. You know what I mean? I got in. I took a position at Def Jam early in 2012. I was like VP A&R. Oh. And when I took that position, I tell the story all the time. I lifted the hood up and was like, oh, they got nitrogen. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, helped me learn a lot of things I didn't know. Like I had a publishing deal prior to that, but
because you produce?
I produced. Yeah. And when I got to Def Jam, I was like, hey, what don't I know? What are the books saying? How's a budget ran? I need to know those things in order to advance. So that was, the exec roles, just having that on on your shoulder. And a lot of us don't want to do that because a lot of us looked at as bad people when we step in buildings and do things. The respect level goes down. But fortunate, I held my head high and it was good.
How did you get to a Def Jam?
They actually came and saw me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay.
It was DJing and producing. But I tell you like a little inside story, and some of the guys attest to it. Rich Homie Quan was one of the first dudes I wanted to sign at Def Jam. ASAP, Rocky, and the ASAP Mob. Like I had this vision of them being Dipset / Bone Thugs and Harmony for New York. And that was one of those things that I really wanted to bring to the building. I actually missed out on those deals. I was a little too late on one with ASAP, and then Rich Homie Quan was already with TIG. And then I wanted to do Iggy Azalea, which I think was introduced through me through Rocky, and she wound up being already talking to Def Jam there, and wound up doing a deal. So, as, the eyes and ears, people's like, yo, we respect your eyes and ears. Come in and help us, move the ship. So,
How long did you stay there?
I did a 3-year term with them. And the reason why I came out of it is because I wanted to come back to Atlanta. I was in LA at the time. I wanted to come back to Atlanta. And
So you lived in LA for those 3 years?
Yeah, I lived in LA. Yep.
Did you like it?
LA was cool. I like it to visit more. I'm an East Coast person. My family's here, and I was also DJing, and people don't know, like, I'm gonna just give you an insider than DJing. When you're getting flown to different cities to DJ, it's really hard to get back to Charlotte or Texas or Miami, with the prices. So I felt like some of my DJing gigs that I was doing monthly didn't want to fly me from LA to get back to these, cities. And it just was, wear and tear on me trying to pay for it out my pocket, trying to still make that, club day in Atlantic City. So I just had to make a transition back to the A so I can just be in a triangle, Atlanta, LA, New York, and back, so I can just.
Well, they got Spirit now.
I don't know for how long because
they had Spirit then.
JetBlue's trying to buy Spirit right now, and if JetBlue's buy Spirit, it won't be as cheap anymore. So,
Man,
and the government
need to leave Spirit alone,
And I
man.
heard if that happens, they're going to upgrade the plane.
Yeah, so
And there will be classes in the.
Nah, man.
It's not going to be called
They
Spirit.
need to leave Spirit alone, man.
well, the government is trying to stop it right now.
Yeah, they need to leave Spirit alone, man. Because JetBlue is doing a great job being JetBlue. Spirit is being a.
Spirit is crazy, bro. I've been on Spirit planes where they flew in a whole different airport.
For real?
I'm supposed to go to Texas. I was in Orlando. I'm like, why am I in Orlando, bro? What's going on? Well, we had to fly the plane. We had a little issues, so we land here. I'm like, man. But those days I was trying to be cheap. You trying to get to the, this day.
You hustling.
Yeah.
You hustling.
Yeah.
All right, now you're a big sports guy, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into players ball. It is now time for players ball.
Big ballin'. I'm a baller.
This seems scary. I need to take my glasses
No,
off.
we good, man. John Morant will not face charges for appearing to flash his gun on Instagram.
It was a fake gun.
Live.
I told you it was a fake gun.
Amen.
that was not a fake gun.
I told you I was a fake gun.
That wasn't fake, BT.
You want a fake gun?
Oh, okay.
I'm
Amen.
happy that no charges. I hope that he learned his lesson, and I hope
Yeah.
that he just continues to, grow from these type of
I
situations.
hope he gets new
And
friends.
I hope his friends also learn that you have to protect the asset.
No, I hope he gets
right.
new
'Cause
friends.
that was a close call.
Very close, and it could have went all the way left.
Yeah.
We need to have more mentorship on how these young guys are getting 100 million,
required.
50 million, 200 max deals, and you're 22 years old. Bro, what do you expect out of us
Yeah.
at this young? You're giving me $100 million.
A lot of these players who come from unfortunate circumstances, they come from the
what I'm
hood,
saying?
so
Like,
like
yeah, we
they
need that
don't
mentorship.
have like like you said, a buffer or a therapist or anybody to tell them how to do certain things.
Bro, everything changes. If you're 22, everything in your neighborhood changes. Every phone call you get, every text message you get is going to change. I don't know if most people have seen that. In success world, bro, there's going to change. Those calls, hey, my cousin is sick. They're about to die. We need $5,000.
Right now.
Hey, homie is picking on your sister. Yo, it's so much stuff
Lawyer
that you're
fees.
going. Lawyer fees, taxes.
Pay your taxes, by the way.
Yes.
So it's so much going on. So I want to see more mentorship because I can't blame homie. Like I see a lot of people on there just saying, man, he's a fool and you making money. You ain't in the street, you in the suburb. He's a kid.
Yeah.
You suburb hood, he's a kid, bro.
Yeah.
Like these guys need to get, some help with this stuff. And, I'm glad that he got off because this is, hopefully the last time he has to get involved in something that's, this deep.
And keep in mind, they took away the Kyrie shoe and they gave him a shoe, Nike.
Yeah, and the only
There you
thing
go.
Kyrie did was post a book.
It's a whole nother.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
That's deep.
Creed 3 star Jonathan Majors to play Dennis Rodman in film 48 Hours in Vegas.
Man, they better not
Yeah.
burn Jonathan Mayers out, man.
Do we remember the
Yeah,
48
dear-
Hours in Vegas?
Right.
Do you remember this? You
Yeah,
know, when
I've
Jordan had to
heard
go-
the story when he had to go get him. He was with Karma Electra, and Jordan was like, "Hey, man."
Dennis Rodman was off the chain back then.
Yeah.
Well, they said he
it's
flew
gonna
to
be a big story.
go to the wrestling match.
Yeah.
participated in the wrestling match, got married. This is going to be a wild documentary or
bro,
film.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dude's playing him, he look just like him.
Definitely
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
Look just like him.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he a great actor, so he's probably gonna get all into character with the hair.
When you said that, I immediately went to the picture on Ebony with the roses and with the coat.
Yeah.
oh, the one he did the photo shoot.
Yeah, it's so Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I'm
It's an
promising.
anime
Once he
tribute
get
to
them
that.
earrings and them
Yeah.
sunglasses, a few
it's
fake
over.
tats, it's over.
He's gonna lose. I feel like he probably needs to lose some weight too, because he kind of buff.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah,
he
you
can
get
lose
a
a couple, but he looked just like him. Yeah, I mean,
Now you're a big Lakers fan. Are you a
I knew
Lakers
this was
fan,
coming.
Kobe fan, or both?
I'm a Lakers fan. So I started liking
And
the
why?
Lakers. Okay, so I'll give you a short story. When I was growing up, I liked the 76ers. Charles Barkley was my favorite player. Everybody liked Jordan.
Philly,
I liked
obviously.
Charles Barkley.
Okay.
When he got traded, mean prime, out of there, I said, yo, I would never watch the Sixers again. And then all they recruited was Sean Bradley. And I was like, bro, we had Charles Barkley. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I just stopped watching the Sixers for a little bit. In high school, we played against Kobe Bryant a lot. You know what I mean? I knew his father. He coached us at some
Wow, I
playgrounds.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so Kobe was, you know, he'd become to all these games. His sister played. So they were like what I wanted to be. When I used to watch him train at
So
St.
you used to
Joe's.
watch Kobe in
Yes.
high school.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I always say this thing about I played with him. So I didn't play on his team.
So you used to
but
be
I
like,
played.
man, yeah, I used to play against Kobe.
Yeah. And people don't believe me, but anybody will test it. Like, there's one league called the Sunny Hill League, and we would go down there, and that's where he would be at. So our team would play. Sometimes they'll pick mismatch, but he would be at the school called St. Joe's University, which is a college, and he would shoot 1,000 jump shots. So when we left the AAU tournaments and stuff like that, I would like go in the gym, and people be in the stands just watching him like practice by himself, shoot 1,000 shots.
He went straight out of high school.
Yeah, he was crazy. So when he got drafted, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be a Hornets and, you know, Orlando Magic fan. Then they wound up being the Lakers. I was like, I'll rock with the Lakers. And since '96,
Okay.
I was rocking with the Lakers.
Okay.
Playing at that time, did you ever have your own hoop dreams?
I did. I wasn't good. I was flat-footed.
So time out. You know what? I never said this to you on camera. This is perfect. You know, a lot of people in our industry are kind of short. You might be the tallest executives, tallest DJ, tallest. Like you had to bend down to walk in the door.
Him and 2 Chainz.
Yeah,
Yeah, facts.
Him and 2
Oh, yeah,
Chainz
2
like the
Chainz,
tall.
yeah.
How tall is Don Cannon?
6'7".
God damn.
Nice.
Yeah. And I can hoop a little bit. That's what I'm saying. I'm good. Like when you go out here, but I'm only saying that towards like if I'm out there, if Trey Young here, I can't hoop. You know what I'm saying? If, you know, college players, I can't hoop.
Right.
If we industry, I can hoop. I'm gonna give y'all 30.
So you like
I'm gonna give y'all 30.
Wait, you like the LA fitness baller.
Yeah, but lifetime probably. Like LA
Okay,
Fitness.
lifetime.
Yeah. I think.
He could be on the celebrity matches. Like
I think
celebrity basketball
LA Fitness,
teams.
but they trying to go to the league. I'm like, bro, you 40, you going to the league now.
They gonna foul you every time.
Yeah,
at
all
LA
that
Fitness.
scratching and all that. I'm cool.
Are the Lakers making the playoffs? Number one, and two questions. Are the Lakers making the playoffs? And I know you're gonna say something, BT. And are they gonna? If they do, are they gonna make it out the first round?
They will not make the playoffs. They'll make the play-in.
Okay, so right now they're playing. Okay.
So the play-in is goofy because I still don't know. If
Facts.
you lose, you might be out.
Right,
you
right.
get
You gotta lose twice
You get
in
the
the play-in.
bronze. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they'll make it to the playoffs. We have too many. We have to gel first with the new team, and we have too many injuries. I think the whole game for the Lakers is riding on 80. You know what I mean?
Do you
Staying
like
healthy.
the new additions?
I do. I love the new additions. I like D'Lo. I think he's a smart player. All the young guys. I like Reeves. He's crazy. LeBron is the greatest basketball player to ever live, in my opinion. But I think the Lakers have a little bit more time on their hands before we get back into, you know. I don't want them to discredit our ring in 2020. Like, come on, dog.
No, I don't discredit it.
I don't think anybody discredited, but you know what I think that
You're a Laker hater?
Huh? No, I love the
Oh,
Lakers.
okay,
I love the
okay,
Lakers,
okay.
but I keep it real. They should have never let LeBron try to be the GM. Let him be the great
He
basketball
ain't the
player he was.
GM. He don't make no decision.
Yes, he does. How did they get Russell?
It wasn't his
How did you
decision.
get Melo?
He just
That's
be like,
LeBron said, these are my friends and we're old and we all came up together. LeBron, everybody not like you, bruh.
I don't think so. I think he's like, hey, man, that would be a good look. Yeah, I can play with anybody. That's how he's saying. The GM would be like, we're getting this. We're doing that.
So you mean to tell me you don't think LeBron is over there telling them,
Nah.
go get him, go get him?
Nah.
Why you think they getting traded?
Because when they get traded, it's like he wouldn't get somebody to get traded. Like he won them for their
No,
friends.
I think he made a bad decision, and then I think they was like, "Hey, now we got to be business people, and we got to get rid of them." Bro, like,
he's smart as hell. He don't really make them bad decisions.
Okay.
You know, he don't make no bad decisions.
I just wish they started off with this team that they have right now.
I wish they did too.
And-
Listen, all the players, we should have had all of them. We should
That's
have had
the- that's what
Lonzo.
I've been
We should have
saying.
had what's my man over?
Y'all should have had D-Lo. Y'all should have had Mo
Lonzo,
Mamba.
yeah.
Like all those players should have, all those young core players should have already
They all
been
grew out of
in
us.
position.
They said out there.
All right. Did
Speaking
you guys
of bad
hear,
decisions.
Yeah, speaking of bad decisions, did you hear about Shawn Kemp being arrested after allegedly a drive-by shooting? He was arrested. He's 53 years old, by the way.
Too damn old to be
Following
going
a
to
dispute
jail.
with another driver outside of Tacoma, Washington shopping mall on Wednesday. Cops say an altercation broke out between the two cars around 2 p.m. According to the police dispatch, witnesses claim Kemp fired 5 to 10 shots at the other vehicle during the incident. Sources tell Fox 13 that Kemp was acting out of self-defense. He was attempting to retrieve a stolen item, and when someone opened fire on him first. What do you guys think
Man,
about
have y'all seen the video? First of all,
No.
I seen the video this morning, and first of all, it didn't look like a drive-by. It looked like he just started shooting at somebody.
Start busting.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, you can't take that video. If that video is
Is
actually
he on
real,
the video?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If that video is real, then you can't take that to court and say, it's self-defense.
Yeah.
'Cause self-defense is you fleeing the scene and having to defend yourself. But he didn't look like he was scared at all.
Yeah, I didn't have enough information. I thought it was one of the moves where, you have a registered gun and some of your partners take your gun and do something.
Oh, you thought it was somebody else?
I didn't see the video. I'm thinking he would never do that.
Man, listen.
I'm thinking like,
Football
somebody
players, the
took
only one
his
with
gun.
CTE.
Anytime I hear Shawn Kemp, I think about how fire he used to be. I just think about how fire he used to be before he got hurt. Seattle Supersonics. He used to be one of the dopest players ever. He had so much energy, and he got hurt, and it was a wrap. And he was on that.
Oh, he was on that sugar booger.
He was on that shit.
Booger sugar.
Oh yeah,
Booger sugar.
I thought he was smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah, that's what.
Allegedly. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get in Don Cannon business. Talk about the Tomorrow app right here on the BallerAlert Show podcast. Available everywhere you get your podcast.
BallerAlert.
BallerAlert, welcome to the BallerAlert Show podcast. We're back. Don Cannon is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
There you go.
We appreciate you hosting with us, sir.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, you've been promoting this app called the Tomorrow app.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, CEO Generation Now.
Yes, sir.
I would love to talk about both at the same time, but that's not possible. So let's talk about the Tomorrow app. What is the Tomorrow app, and why is it spelled that way?
It's the greatest thing for creatives to hit the market in a long time, man. This is a marketplace app for creatives to make money and clients to find creatives. And the only reason I dove into this is because when I go to speak in front of people, a lot of people, their first question is to raise their hand and say, hey, how do I get on? I had no answer. All I could say is, yo, just keep working hard. God gonna lead you the way, da-da-da. I wanted to be able to give them something that they can live by. And this is one of the things that I created to live by. You know what I mean? My partner, Kayla, she also had a similar, she was working in the field, and one of her friends was a designer, and she was working on sets and things, but the jobs were, in between. She had to do some door dashing just to keep the bills paid. And we were just like, how do we keep people in their field? How do we keep people working? There's no marketplace for them to be where they can consistently work. And the reason why we named it Tomorrow, because it's like not only work, get paid as early as tomorrow. When you get in these places, you don't get paid that fast. Sometimes you get a net 30, sometimes you get a net 60, net 90. You're on DM with people, you give them the good work, they ghost you, they don't pay you.
Yeah.
We wanted to start a portal to where you're in this marketplace and you do the work for somebody, the money goes in an escrow and it sits there until the job is done. Once they hit button, the money is in your account.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
that's where
It's like a Fiverr, Fever, whatever it's called.
Fiverr.
Sort of. Fiverr is a little bit more broad. We're more focused on entertainment and the music business. When we first started, I had something really broad, and we were going after people that wanted to do photography at weddings and stuff like that. But I got to a point where I was like, people were coming up to me like, how can I get in the music business? How can I get in the music business? So that was another pain point of me saying, hey, let me offer this. This is still a dream job for anybody in the world. We've made this culture for everybody to be a part of, from entertainment, lawyers, chefs now, producers, rappers, stylists, makeup artists, haircut people, barbers, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't like to call themselves a barber.
Barber gonna fuck your hairline up down.
So I made that, and tomorrow is like the big statement. It's like everything happens tomorrow. You know what I mean? Obviously, if I said today, I would be lying that you could get paid today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get paid tomorrow. So that's what I felt like. The name felt good, and I never told the story when we first started. The app was called Connect. And we were trying to get to a space where we connect to people. You know what I mean? But then I was like, man, it's got to be something about people getting paid, bro. Like, people don't get paid. Creatives
Especially
don't get paid.
in this business.
Creatives do not get paid.
They sure don't.
Yeah. And then clients that want to pay. Like, you're a client. You need to find somebody that does videography. You can go in there and find somebody. Creatives can use the app as a portfolio. Like, you can use a scan and just be like, yo, this is my work. Check me out. You got your Spotify links if you're a rapper. You got your portfolio pictures if you're, taking pictures. Everything's in there. Like, it's just one of those things that's just a vehicle for the future for creatives. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring that and just have that piece. I want to give back to the community. I always talk about how much I've done in my career, but how much of that has paid forward to creatives and clients that's trying to help people connect. So that's my way of doing it.
All right, that's dope.
Appreciate
and why did you spell it like that? Is there any particular way? Because
there's no particular way.
Okay.
I just felt like Uber is 4 letters. Tomorrow, how can I make it as simple as that? Like something that people could be like, yo, that's simple.
And
it looks good. It's not all drawn out.
Looks great.
So I just wanted to be able to like have it like quick, nothing crazy. You know what I mean?
And is it available already?
Yeah, it's been out 2 years. You can get on there now. It's in the Apple Store. We're working on an Android version for this year for the people. I've found out through research that a lot of people use Androids a lot more than people on iPhone.
People were still on Blackberries too before that got canceled.
Yeah. So
all right.
So that's what I'm on. I'm just I'm surveying the scene and just getting it to everybody that need it.
Well, I'm glad you're here, man, because I always wanted to ask you these questions, and I talked to Drama too. That's my guy. But I wanted to talk to you about Generation Now. Philly.
Yes, sir.
Now, so you and Drama are from Philly?
We're both from Philly.
Where's Lake Show from?
Lake is from Los Angeles.
Lake is from...
That's how he got the name.
Lake Sheezy.
There
Okay,
you go.
so how did you guys... I know that you guys were together. First of all, I always wanted the affiliates chain. I said that in
Shit, I want an affiliates chain.
Man, I love the affiliates. How did you guys come together to form Generation Now?
Generation Now first started as a mixtape in early 2002-3, and it was like Gangsta Grills was moving so fast, but I think Drum didn't feel like everything fit under a Gangsta Grills brand, so we wanted to make a brand that like it just was a part of like the new and upcoming coming people like Jay Mills, Corey Guns, Kanye West, Joe Buttons. Those were all the guys we were breaking at the time, but everybody couldn't get a Gangsta Grills. So we formulated the brand Generation Now. And even some of the Gangsta Grills, like I think Killer Mike's Gangsta Grills is like Gangsta Grills, Killer Mike, but in the corner it's like Generation Now edition. It was like breaking a new artist. So I think we always dibble and dabble with the name. We did a couple more tapes, but Gangsta Grills had took so far off that we was like, okay, let's just rock with, Gangsta Grills and push behind it. We all had our separate brands. Trendsetter Sense was with us. He had an R&B brand. And as we moved on, we just kind of like branched into, I branched into learning the business. Drum was being a face. Lake was always around. He was bringing us brown bags every now and then for,
need a guy like Lake around.
That's right.
Need a guy like Lake.
That's right.
Money.
That's right. So he was moving around. He was managing Mace and Freeway and just doing a lot of stuff with Corrupt and everybody. And he would just always just be a part of the situation. You know what I mean? After I went to Def Jam and learned all the stuff that's going on with it, I came back home and I was like, man, how can we set up another label? So I was in Philly, and this is one of the reasons why I had to come back to Atlanta. I was able to still keep my jobs in Atlantic City, Charlotte, DJing, you know what I mean? I went to Atlantic City one day, And on the drive from Philly, it was about 50 miles. I had the radio on, just checking on what's going on in Philly. Just like to hear real rap. I heard this kid on the radio going crazy. It would happen to be Uzi Vert.
Uzi Vert.
And
he was freestyling?
Nah, he had a song. It was called The Real Uzi, but it felt like a freestyle.
Oh,
You know
gotcha.
what I mean?
Okay.
And it was just running it back. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? I wind up calling the radio Diamond Cuts, which was in the academy.
What time Diamond Cuts?
Yeah, with us, DJ crew. And she was like, yo, it's this kid Uzi I'm working with. He dope, da-da-da. I was like, yo, I want to meet him when I come back from Atlantic City to go to Philly. And I came back, I met him. You know, kid was phenomenal. He was like, bro, I really do this, but I'm a rock star for real.
He kind of like 18 at the time, right?
Yes,
Like, he
18.
Like, okay.
Yep. I'm really a rock star, bro. Like, I really know what I'm doing. I'm going to show you. And he was like, you know, just trying to use a vehicle to get there. I think at the time he started growing so fast. Locals getting, I think Kanye had reached out to him on Facebook.
But you already had him.
Not quite. I was
Did he
working
have a
on
manager or
Diamond
did he have
Cuts.
a label?
So
Diamond Cuts was his manager.
Was doing that.
Oh, but he wasn't
Didn't
signed.
know
He
Yeah.
wasn't signed to a production company or anything like
Nah,
that.
he wasn't signed. So Diamond Cuts and her husband, they were managing him and just moving him around. But I think Charlie Heat, I never mentioned this kid's name. Charlie Heat was a producer. He did some stuff with Kanye. He was working with Good Music. He was doing a lot of Uzi's early beats, you know, with Marley Raw and them. And I think that he was making a connection with Kanye. And I think that I went to see Uzi a couple times in Philly. And then I was like, yo, you need to come to Atlanta, bro. Like, just come to Atlanta and see what we got going on.
What was he saying?
He was like, he's just playing. All right, cool. Yeah, whatever. Like, he was in his Philly mode. And then when I got him to Atlanta, he was like, yo, what we doing, bro? Like, I already know what you do. Like, what are we doing?
He like pressed him.
Yeah, he like, what's going on? Like, come on. He was like, yo, I'm going to go to Philly. I'm going to grab some clothes. I'm coming back down here. But I had no way of getting in touch with him. So I remember just going to the store and just buying him a phone. Like, take that back home with you. We'll stay in touch. And the rest is history. He came down. I went to the guys, and I told Lake and Drum. First, I told Drum, I said, yo, bro, listen, we need to do this shit over again. You know what I mean? I don't know if Drum was interested. I already say that I didn't feel like he wanted to get back into label space because so much, you know, heartbroke and stuff that we've been through with it. But when I played him, he was like, man, let's do it. And, you know, the rest is history. Lake was always around. He put in, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. He was the first one like, listen, bro, I'm trying to change my life. I got this amount of money I'm ready to put in and just rock out. He was the one who did it.
Was it really a gut punch when Uzi left the Generation Now?
He didn't ever leave.
He never left. He kind of just.
So he's still with you all now?
Yeah, so I don't explain what he did. He went and got management.
Okay.
With Rock Nation, but it was always put out there that he left.
Okay.
He was
So the
still
media-
signed. Yeah, he was still signed to us. He just had different management.
So as of to this day, he's still signed with Generation
Absolutely.
Now? Okay.
Oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you can't just leave.
Yeah. So when they were into it, it was just, you know, a lot of the internet was thriving. That's why you never seen us talk about it.
And I like how y'all handled that situation
Y'all
too,
handled
man.
it
Y'all
very
handled it.
professional.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about the asset, and we know what we built, and we're not
About the
gonna
asset.
ruin it over anything that's going on. Like, I never bought into nobody's internet. I never had to face nobody and say nothing. Even if I just wanted to take out of the space that if I wanted to say something out there about how I felt, it wasn't gonna be like, oh, he talking about Uzi. Oh, he talking about this person. I don't want to be in that space because I'm not that guy.
Yeah, y'all didn't say anything.
Yeah,
Sometimes not saying anything is the answer.
Yeah, it's nothing to say, especially when it's like we're living for the artist. The first thing is the artist. That's the asset. We are the Verizon network behind pushing the artist. Why get in front of the train and stop it from moving when it's being the best asset it can be?
For sure.
Let's just figure out what it's going to be. And, you know, it was from what was going on the internet, some stuff was painful. And, you know, there's conversations that you hear and then you move. But until we were all in the room and then nobody said nothing crazy. So I was like, oh,
Y'all didn't want to just put on no boxing gloves and just like, man.
I would love to, but again, you know what I'm saying? It don't get to that.
Fight your brothers. We gonna fight, bro, and then we gonna be
that's
brothers.
That's what family is, bro.
Yeah.
I love to box everything. I think that is the key to all this. Put the boxing gloves on. Let's go. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Anything.
So is his contract based off of albums or is it years that he has
Albums,
to?
no years. Yeah, years is unfair. I mean, if you got any deal that's based on years.
Because somebody could just wait for 5 years and be like,
that ain't unheard of though.
No, it's not unheard of, but I mean, as a upstanding businessman,
Yes.
I don't do unfair business. 2 things I ride on: doing fair business. If anybody doesn't want to work with me, you can walk. I don't want to be in business with anybody that don't want to be in business with me, because it's never going to work. I want to be able to give you everything you need to live your vision. And that's across the board. That's me doing stocks. That's me doing anything. I don't want to be in business with anybody that want to be in business with me or my partners. We don't want to be in that space.
Question: did you guys think Jack Harlow would be as big as he is now?
Yeah, I did. When I met him. So the funny thing is, I heard
met him around the same time, because as soon as you graduated high school, you came up to the station. I actually got suspended for 2 days for having him come freestyle on my show. He just graduated, he came up there, and then I remember maybe 24 hours later he was here.
Yeah.
and Rory was bragging about him too, because I remember when Jack Harlow
He
came
used to
to the
always
studio,
come hang out with me.
Rory was like, man, this dude can really rap. And I'm looking at him like,
I literally
Right.
just posted him a couple of days ago, because he would come to Compound with Wyatt and get wasted. For me, I would have to go get him from outside, and he would come in and he would like, Ferrari, I'm just hanging out with you. That was my guy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still my guy now, but
the funny thing is, and again, you got an exclusive. I heard 3 songs before he even came to meet us. And the 3 songs, one of them was with Our Artist Scheme and like a couple others. When I heard the songs, I didn't see urgent potential. You know what I mean? I didn't see urgent potential. When he came to the office is when I seen urgent potential. He came in, he had his producer 2 for 1 with him. They sat down, and it's the same thing over again. So I have this thing where I see things and I know what it's going to be because we saw it before. He did the same thing. He's not Uzi, but he had the same conviction when he came to the office to talk about how he was going to do this, what he was built for, and what each and every step he wanted to do. He was very intelligent, and he had his own producer, which was like his Metro to Future. And I was like, man, this kid got everything we need to do. We don't have to do nothing. Like, we don't have to hold his hand.
artists pay attention.
All we have to do is groom it and get it to where it's supposed to be. And that, when he came to see us, that was the moment I felt like, oh, this kid is urgent. And another thing with Generation Now, we never want to sign 2 Uzis. We never want to sign 2 Jacks. Like, people bring us, I got another Jack for y'all. We don't want that. These superstars are superstars on their own. There's only one Jack Harlow. There's only one Uzi Vert. And to anybody that we extended help with, Playboy Cardi, there's only one Playboy Cardi. You know what I mean? There's
time for SETI.
Yeah, one time for SETI. It's only one of these guys that we're going to leave. I'm not going to sign 2 Illuminatis. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying?
Right, like the regular labels, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
1,000%. But some labels, label heads, want to get 2 Kevin Gates.
Right.
2, little babies, 2 city girls. We just not in that business.
You see it all the time, because it'd be like a label will sign somebody that's similar to their biggest artist, and these people are not going to gravitate to this person because they're already focused on this person.
I always had that issue too, even when I produced. Like, people will come and say, bro, I need to go crazy. It's like, no, that was tailor-made for Jay-Z and Jeezy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy murked that. I'm not going to give you that. That destroys my legacy by doing that same beat. I'm not going to do Cannon twice. I'm not going to do Money Longer twice. I want to get, like, those live as pieces on a wall, like Basquiat. You're only going to get one of those. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. And I can make you something, but it ain't going to be that beat. I just don't live like that.
I feel like if people thought like that in the industry, we wouldn't have radio sounding the same. With the same song for so long.
1,000%.
Now we have, like, we're finally getting to different sounds in women, you know what I'm saying, and in the culture in general. So I wish that a lot of labels thought like that.
Yeah, I want to get in a space, like, we're talking about Women's Month right now. Like, I want to get in a space where we have not necessarily Queen Latifah, but somebody that has a voice in different spaces,
like a message behind what they're saying.
We got Rhapsody, but she don't really get the.
Yes, but she's alone. Like, so it's like we need 5 in that area to help people. Like, we stand together. Like, when you did Ladies Night, they had all the women on there. Or you remember, like, I Want to Be Down remix? They was all on that joint. Like, we got too much separation with the women now, with how they're working together, or they work together and then now they fall out. Like,
well, it's the egos. It's the egos because if you notice, it's the same thing that happens, you know, a lot with male rappers. You know, once they get big, now it's like, oh, you don't rock with this person. I don't want to do a song with you. But the one thing that I do like is I love how, you know, popular, you know, the women's music is now.
Yep.
And it's sounding different. Like Lola doesn't sound like Ice Spice, you know.
That's what I'm
Ice Spice don't sound like Doja Cat, you know. You said what?
I said Lola sounds like she's 6'7", but she's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
I love all that. Like I love the difference and stuff, but I just want to see more of it. Like we've been tackling this sound that we have now for about 2 years, and soon we're just gonna get still. As human beings, we're gonna be like, man, we're tired of that.
Yep.
You could be young, you be old. We're just gonna get tired of that. So we need to kind of like make some different feels for people to vibe to. It's even getting worse when we're playing new artists for people, and the first thing that says, "Yeah, it's a vibe." Like that's becoming a bad word to me. Like it's a vibe.
Oh, that's what you're hearing a lot in meetings?
Yes. And just people run up on me like, yeah, that's just a little vibe. Like that's becoming a bad word to me because I don't want the vibe. I want energy. Like I want to feel something. People want to feel something. Like what are we feeling? Like I want to attest to whatever you're saying and feel a certain way. We're all from the mud, but I think we drill in the fact that we're all from the mud. Like, you know, each and all of us have done something out of the mud. I don't want to hear 10 records about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's not what we're living for. We always use hip hop as a vehicle to get out of the mud. It's always since the 80s, always been like, man, I'm getting out the projects. Yeah. I'm getting out this situation. I want to live a better life and still make comparable music. But that's where we're getting stuck at in this space where we're just like, man.
You don't think it's the label's fault?
No.
Well,
we make it,
but the labels are the ones that's putting the money behind these records.
We're making the records because they know we're going to give them $1 million. We're going to give them $2 million. That's where it's at. When the money don't kind of like dictate what we make, that's when you're going to see difference. Because people are going to be all broke, and people are going to be like, well, I'm doing this broke and I'm happy. Well, I'm doing this broke and I'm happy. Everybody's doing things based on their money and their chains. You know, who got the best chain? Like, we ain't heard no music from you. We ain't heard no great songs. I hate that
these rappers, like you see all these rappers in the club. The shit that pisses me off the most is like you'll see a independent rapper and he in a club with 1 million chains and he tries to get a DJ $20 to play a record.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at him like
yeah, because they're starting at a low ball situation, so they always had that relationship. But I have no issue with your hustle and your chains and anything. I want everybody to look different. If I have Little Baby coming in with a Dior suit, I want to see somebody else wear a Versace suit. I don't want you to wear what Lil Baby's wearing, my brother. That is Little Baby. That's a superstar on its own.
People get so influenced by these artists, though.
Yes.
You know, it's hard because people will see somebody like Lil Baby or Uzi, and they on top of the game, and then they like, I should imitate that because then people would think, you know, my success is similar.
Well, not just to make it an Uzi convo too. Like, think about Uzi, right? It's a lot of people that wouldn't dare wear what he wore.
Right.
But they starting to try to. They starting trying to dress like Uzi. You know,
trying his formula.
They trying his formula, like even with the beats and
the new sound.
Yeah, the new sound.
But that's been happening. You know, all this stuff has been happening in the industry.
We're doing the song and dance. People are like, "Hey, they about to give me 500,000. Might as well copy them."
Yeah, lean with it, rock with it. You know, laugh at Taffy. You know,
it's just difference. Like I'm stuck in the mode of everybody being individuals. We did that when Will Smith wore Nikes, Biz Markie wore Puma wore Run DMC wore Adidas. And you wore Adidas, they wore no shoestrings. So it's like, bro, we know you copying. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear my hat, I'm gonna take it out, and it's gonna be open. Like, you do that, you know you copying me. Now it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, I think
it's okay to be in a club and do things that you're doing. I never thought that was okay.
Right.
I want to see him do his thing, stand on the couch and do what he has to do, pouring shots to everybody. That's where the past of I want to see. I don't want to see another one of those.
Right.
But don't you think social media has a large part in that?
Yeah, because it makes it accessible to be able to get that feel right away. Like, you know, if you come on there and you're wearing that jacket, I could just look up your fit and be like, I want the jacket, and not even give you respect for it. I saw this jacket on Ak and was like,
and act like you did it first.
You know what I'm saying?
On your page.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we not in that space, and I feel like we need to get back into a space where we're not doing the same thing. I love to be an influence, but like, I'll come here and there's nothing on this hoodie. You know what I mean? I would love for somebody to get their own blue, nothing on this hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't be giving people ideas, because
do what you want. I'm just saying, I wore this. I found this in the office, and I wanted to have on something different than what I had on a Supreme t-shirt, because like, hey man, everybody got Supreme. Okay, how about this? This is a $5 hoodie. You know
Quick
what
question though. Did you do the dance to the Just Wanna Rock yet? Did you?
Nah, I don't have the rhythm for that. Like,
Who made
for that dance? Who made that dance?
Did that go viral?
I think it's a Philly dance. I feel like it's one of those things where people were battling. Like, remember, I had the dance battles, and the start would be this, and then I would throw it up and hit the baseball. And then somebody would twist their hat. Like, it started out like that. So I think that Uzi added certain parts to his that made it his. But there's people that I think they start here like, oh, you want to battle? And to start.
I seen a video of him at Rolling Loud going viral.
Yeah, it started as a battle. Like, they'll be in a circle and they'll be on TikTok and they'll start with this, and then somebody will do a split, come up and do some shit like that. I think that everybody got their own piece. So it's no start to it. It's just like, hey, it's like what we start in the hood and how we started, you know, rock, paper, scissors, whatever.
My question is, what was it that you took from the labels to Generation Now to make your label so successful?
One of the things was partnership. I feel like when I was at Def Jam, I partnered with so many people so when I was coming up, YG was there, Big Sean, Janae came, Logic, Lil Durk, Lil Reese, Alicia Carr, Iggy was there. I don't know if y'all remember the Double XL when they had the Def Jam poll and they pulled out the spread, and it was like all the rappers that was rocking at that moment. I felt like when we were doing all that, Jeremiah, when we were working with all these artists, us as a round table of the best brains, Sycamore, Noah, No ID, Tab, all these guys, we were sitting in a room and was like, hey, we're gonna do it together. Nobody was off in the corner like, I'm doing dirt. Yeah, I'm gonna break this and show you I'm the best A&R, best executive ever. We was like, hey, me and Sycamore was like, yo, let's do it together. If you fall off, I got your back. I fall off, I got your back. You know what I mean? We did Jeremiah together. You know what I mean? And we wasn't worried about who got the credit for nothing. We did. Me and him did YG together. He wanted me to pull in, some records for him. You know, the Rich Homie Quan, my hitter came out of me helping Sycamore with his project.
Partnership.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope.
And Noah was doing Logic and Janae, and we all put in pieces to help him do that. Dirk was one of the things that I put my arm around and was like, yo, you're the next guy. Me and Dion did that together. You know what I mean?
Teamwork make the dream work.
So it was like we all had our back. So when Big Boss Man came in the room, he's like, so what we got? Well, I got Jeezy, me and Sycamore doing Jeezy. Me and Dion doing this. And it was like they wanted to separate it and make it in a space where everybody could get blamed as something that happened, but we were sticking together. And I feel like that partnership kind of allowed everything to work and move smooth. And I think that's what happens now. It's like, even though I may have been the first one off the ship to find Uzi and start the setup, everybody added their piece to make it work. You know what I mean? You know, finding something is whatever. Making a vision grow is something totally different. And that was the main staple, was like partnership. Like, any of us easily, Drum could start a label on his own right now. I could start a label on myself right now. Same as Lake or anybody else. But I felt like the partnership allowed us to do a ton push instead of me just together, turning around, sweating, trying to make it work. So that was the main thing I learned. And outside of that, if we're talking about seeing how budgets work, is a different thing. You know, you don't seeing on the streets. Like, I'll always work with artists, and some of the mixtapes we've done, we didn't understand budgets, you know. So I wanted to learn how budgets worked, how product managers add to the conveyor belt the products of the conveyor belt. Marketing people, why they market that way. Radio people, why do you target those certain radio stations? Execs, why are you only spending this amount of money in this quarter? So all those things, like, I wanted to learn, like, a playbook on Tom Brady arm. Like, I wanted to know all the plays. So I knew when we come out of there and I go back in that building, they're like, hey man, you can't do this. And I'm like, well, I know how to do that. I know why. I know why you're coming like that. And I know what we deserve. So that's the things that I wanted to work on coming out of that building. And that's what I learned.
Man, Don Cannon, appreciate you joining us, sir.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Dropping a lot of gems.
No doubt.
It is now time for a pep talk.
Yo, what's up? It's the legend, self-proclaimed legend, Don Cannon. I'm in here, BallerAlert. You know what it is, man. If I could tell you one thing, is be honest with yourself. And that's it, baby.
BallerAlert.